So I have been able to sneak away and get to Wickenburg, Arizona for a couple days. And I am here at Rancho Rio, and we're staying with some good friends, John and Marcy Bartlett. And so here's my daily vlog on a little bit of the equine industry in Wickenburg, Arizona. As you can see, the facility at Rancho Rio is beautiful. It has a lot of horse pens and hookups, and they offer some vendor sites, and so there were a few vendors for the barrel race that we went to. And we got there early enough that we could watch some exhibitions. There's a lot of trainers that go to this area during the winter to be able to progress their colts and be able to compete, because who knows, maybe they live in the snow-covered tundras like we do, or at least this year in Nebraska it's been very challenging. While we were at the barrel race, we caught up with our good friend Robin Bennett, and she ran a couple horses. It's always fun to watch people go down and be able to keep their horses going and progressing through the winter, and love seeing how they work on these big standard patterns. And the ground was pretty good there at Rancho Rio, so it was a fun barrel race to watch. Then we headed back to the west side of Wickenburg to John and Marcy's place, which was right next to the arena where they held the senior steer roping that my husband Chris competed in. He was fortunate enough to win a couple rounds the day I watched him, and he tied for the average that day, so it was fun to watch him. I don't always get to go to everything that he goes to, and so we were able to cheer him on and enjoyed the day. It was beautiful weather. I was wearing my t-shirt and got a little sun too. So after he finished roping on that Friday, we had to head out and start our long drive home. And so he loaded up his rope horses, and that night we made it as far as Gallup, New Mexico, and we stayed at Red Rock Park. And our horses enjoyed the evening, getting to stretch their legs a little bit in this beautiful surroundings and the canyons at Red Rock Park. I wish we would have gotten there earlier so I could have went hiking up in some trails, but I was able to check out the rodeo arena, and looked like a very cool venue, and would be a really neat place to be able to go again and spend a little bit more time in that area. It was just stunning, and again, I wish we would have got there a little earlier, but you know what, it was great to see it where we were at. And our next day, then we headed out to Weatherford, Oklahoma, and got in there in good shape to be able to watch Phil Haugen ride our 3-year-old Hefe or Boss. And Phil has had him for a few months and started him really well under saddle. Hefe has a great mind, and Phil just couldn't say enough good things about him. It was wonderful to see this horse work under saddle with Phil, and to see how broke Phil gets these horses. It was really fun. So we're excited for Boss's future and to see where he ends up. Well, we made it home from Arizona. It was a long drive. But I can definitely see why people want to go there in the winter with their horses. The weather was phenomenal the days that we were there, and it was just great. I could sit in my t-shirt and soak up some sun, and it was fun. I mean, there's horse people, horse trailers, horses everywhere. It was definitely a great time, and Wickenburg really literally is a western town. So if you ever get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. On our way home, We stopped in Gallup, New Mexico, and you'll see some footage from that. That was a beautiful area as well. And then the next night we went to Weatherford, Oklahoma, and picked up a horse that we had in training there, and then finally made it home on Sunday. So it was a great trip. If you're looking for a snowbird destination, definitely check out Arizona. My dad tried to get us to buy property there 20 years ago, and we didn't. We weren't in the financial position to do it. I don't know if we will now, but I can see the appeal for sure. So until next time, you guys just keep on keeping on, and we'll talk to you soon.